Hello and welcome back to Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So last time around we pretty much finished up with the outer circle of Atlantis and we're now heading into the middle circle. Our first issue is trying to deal with this octopus, which seems like it needs a snack. So we're going to take our trapped crab, feed it to the octopus. And then we'll decide that since it ate a small crab, it is now no longer hungry and we can just wander through this clearly very deep canal. So we're going to wander over to this crab-like raft. And I suppose we can take a look at it.
A water taxi, Atlantis style.
And you may notice that the crab has a mouth that we will look at here.
It's a small round hole.
And what do we do with those all throughout Atlantis? We're going to use a bead of orichalcum, put it in the mouth.
Whoa, this thing's got a motor.
And now we can start cruising. So you can go in either direction. It doesn't really matter. But above each door is a set of spindles that we have to use
closed.
The keys here, the discs, to open. And it goes in kind of reverse order. So both of these doors open with the sunstone. I'm going to go to the left for a very specific reason, which is specifically to avoid having to backtrack as often. And then this gate will open with the moonstone. None of these bones have anything. They're just decorations, I suppose you could say. For some reason, Indy really insists on standing on this end of the crab. Now, we're going to take a brief stop off here to head up these stairs. This is the reason why we came this direction instead of going the other way. And we're going to do two things. First, we're going to pick up this crescent-shaped gear. And then we're going to close this cupboard and uncover a set of instructions. So,
What's this?
there's a few things that we want to notice on here. Number one, if you look in the center, you see two things. One is this circle with these kind of three indents and this overlying centerpiece. And then number two is if you look at all of these drawings on the outside, you'll see a few things. So we have a crescent shape that's on one side and a gear shape that's always on the other. And, I want to highlight the fact that the arm that seems to be indicated on this body is always on the side of the crescent. So the crescent seems to determine which side moves, and then the gear seems to determine if we go up or down. If the gear is up, gears down, arms down. All right, we're just going to try and keep all that in mind for who knows why. It's a mystery. All right, so let's go to this last gate here, which should open with the World Stone. It's not really the last gate, but it's the last one we're going to go through for right now. And we're going to head up to this archway. And we're going to see a few things here. So first of all, we have this chain.
It's a chain through a loop of stone.
And then we have this arm, which is broken.
It's a loop of bronze where the arm used to connect.
And we have this arm, which is not broken.
It's an arm of the statue.
And then finally, we have this chest plate.
I can't see anything from down here.
Well then, why don't we, actually, before we do that, I'm going to take one of these loops of chain. You can do this in either direction. Put it on one of these two arms. It doesn't matter which one you do first. So I'm going to put it in this one. And you can try and put it in the other one.
I can't make the chain reach that far.
But it doesn't reach. So we need to get a little bit taller to see this breastplate. I suppose we can look at the statue as a whole too.
It's a broken statue.
All right then. We're going to open up the chest plate, which Indy just drops, and take a look inside. And this ultimately is what was being depicted to us on the inside of that, or rather outside of that cabinet, whatever it was. So we're going to recreate the center image we saw, which is going to be the circle with the 3 points and this overlying centerpiece. And then the arm that we want to move first is this right arm. So we're going to put this over here. Actually, it's the only arm we want to move because, there we go. The other one's broken. And then this gear, let's see. We want to put the arm, it's currently in the up position, so we want to move from there. And we're going to feed in this orichalcum. What we're trying to do is get to the point where we can open the door using this arm. So now that we've dropped that arm down, actually we have to walk down the ladder first. Indy won't just do it from there. Foolish Indy. Grab the chain, put it on this statue arm. Now, if you're doing a lot of trial and error here, you can end up wasting a lot of orichalcum beads. In which case you would potentially need to go back and get more just by doing the exact same thing you did before with the lava and the machine. So we're going to take this gear, we're going to put it down here, switch from the down arm position, feed the machine, and now, with the chain attached, it pulls down that door. So we're going to pick up this hinge pin that fell here. And from here you have two choices. One, you can simply proceed on and go to the end, or we can go save Sophia, which we will do. You actually have until all the way at the end to make a final decision on saving Sophia, but we're just going to do it now. Just for the sake of going to all the screens, we'll go back to the left, although it doesn't matter. You can go either direction. There's nothing else here. So we'll just open all these gates. And again, we're going kind of reverse direction this time. So now we'll use the moonstone. And then we'll end this time with the sunstone. All right, now this is the last gate. Just listen to some ambient music. Ambient. All right, let's float up here. This is the one piece of backtracking that you unfortunately cannot avoid, at least if you want to save Sophia. Yeah, again, you can just leave her. In fact, there's a second time where you can leave her, but we'll get to that shortly. All right, let's go to the dungeon. And climb up here. We are going to give Sophia the hinge pin.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Maybe we'll think of something.
And we'll pick up the cage.
What makes you think this is safer now?
I've got a plan.
I've got a plan.
Which is?
Seems like it would have been faster for you just to say the plan, Indy, but...
Brace the cage with a hinge pin.
You know, that just might work. There!
It's apparently the world's largest hinge pin.
I had to slug you.
Come on, Sophia, don't be angry.
Angry? You left me rotting in this hellhole!
Well, if that's how you feel, maybe you should stay here.
Maybe I will.
Great idea.
Fine.
Fine.
Little
What
heel
was
kick.
that?
I'm not sure. I think Nur Absal made me do it.
Is that so? Dangerous fella, that Mr. Sal.
Yeah. Well, we better be going.
Now it's time for a little romance, I suppose. So this, I think, is the last time that we can accidentally leave something behind that we still need. Might be wrong about that, but you got to lift the cage a little bit, which suddenly seems far easier for Indy. And that'll drop the hinge pin, which we can then collect. Now let's go back through our little waterway on our crab raft. Indy, keep going. There you go. I feel like we got teleported a little bit. Maybe Sophia's not allowed to be in the inner ring. Let's go this way. Go through these couple of screens here. Get back to that door we opened. One more. Does have a good mysterious feel to it. The music, that is. Alright, through the archway and through this open door. Which brings us, I think, more officially to the inner circle.
Indy, Nur Absal is here. I sense his presence.
Hold on a minute. Are you feeling okay?
Never better. I feel all-powerful.
Come on, we got things to do.
We certainly do.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Something seems to be going on with Sophia. Could potentially end the video here, but
In here, Indy. Follow me.
I think ending it here would end up creating kind of 3 oddly short videos, so we're just going to make this one a little bit longer.
Ah, Dr. Jones.
Welcome to my humble abode.
And I suppose we'll allow this video to cover the 2 separate times when we can potentially abandon Sophia. Because if you don't feel like dealing with her, you could leave her behind right now. We'll talk to her in a minute. We're just going to grab something quickly that we're going to need. Not to deal with Sophia, but we're going to need it eventually, so I might as well just get it. Take a look at these strange skeletons.
Look at those feet, or whatever they were.
Got kind of fish, flipper, mermaid feet. And then there's this scepter.
It's a bronze rod, probably a king's scepter.
Yeah, that's just about it. So, let's head down this way a little bit. It's another lava pit that probably Indy's going to talk about the fact that it's hot. I don't know.
It's a lava pit full of calcified skeletons.
Actually provide a little bit of information. Let's have a quick chat with Sophia. See if we can convince her to...
Excuse me.
I hear you.
See if we can convince her to stop talking to that weird voice.
Jeez, this place gives me the creeps.
Oh, I find it exceptionally
Restful.
Yeah, the stone beds sure look comfy.
Silence, fool.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Come on, Sophia, let's get out of here.
Never.
I'm staying right here with the spirit who guides my thoughts.
Let's see.
Hello, spirit guide. My name's Jones.
Yes, I know you. You'll make a fine slave.
Oh, yeah? Don't count on it.
Or let's see.
Are you coming with me or not?
I'm not going anywhere.
Why are you acting like this?
Acting like what? Speak your mind.
Churl?
I like the speak your mind churl part. Let's see. Ultimately, this conversation never really goes anywhere, but
You sound like you're possessed.
Possessed? By what?
By Nurab Saul.
Well, you're wrong. We're just friends.
I like that. Anyway, so ultimately, what you need to do is maybe not the easiest thing in the world to figure out if you haven't accidentally done this before. Anytime during the game, pretty much, that you look at Sophia, you don't actually look at Sophia.
Mind if I look at your necklace?
You look at her necklace. And we can try to take her necklace,
Don't you dare take my necklace!
which she's not a big fan of. But perhaps we can find a way to convince her to at least accidentally take it off. Now, I would prefer it if there was somewhere along the line where they, maybe at the beginning of the game when she puts the bead in the necklace, made some comment about it physically changing when this happened. I suppose you could say this is because we're so close to Atlantis and previously we were so far away. But it's maybe the one complaint I have about this particular solution. However, ultimately, we're going to take a bead of orichalcum and put it in the mouth of this necklace.
Ah! Ow! That medallion is hot.
Drop it, why don't you?
Nurab Sal won't let me.
So, she won't put it down itself, but we do know that this gold box has the ability to kind of blunt its effect.
No!
Sorry, Sophia.
So by putting it in the box, I guess...
So long, Nurab Saul.
Thanks, Indy. If you hadn't done that, I'd be as dead as that monster.
Yeah, I guess putting it in the box kind of blunts its effect enough that Nurab Sal can't force Sophia to stop us from destroying it. I don't know. Anyway, we have just a couple more things that we're going to be taking care of here. This hallway just kind of loops around in a circle, and most of it doesn't have anything that we care about. There is one spot on the wall here that we want to look at that I wish could be, I wish you could zoom in on a little and make it clearer.
Atlantean graffiti.
But ultimately, it's an up arrow and then kind of a set of 9 dots with the first and we'll say third dot marked off. And then in here, we see this big machine-looking guy.
It's a huge version of the Microtar statue.
And down here, we see kind of a turning arrow and things in the 8 and 9 slot. So if we climb up,
Going up?
I'll wait down here.
Suit yourself.
we're going to use these 2 pieces, the hinge pin and the scepter. The scepter doesn't matter where you put it. Ultimately, what matters is, it doesn't matter between the scepter and the hinge pin. You could switch those, but we want to move these levers so that they are in the positions that were indicated on that Atlantean graffiti outside, which was the number 1 and 3 positions, which you'll also notice is the same as how we made the Nurab Sal kind of ghost thing move at the very, very beginning of the game during Sophia's lecture. I assume that was intentional because this one never changes, whereas this is different for each playthrough of the game. But either way, we're going to put an orichalcum bead in this mouth.
It's working. Get on board, Sophia.
And this microtar machine will start going around. I don't know if there's a limit to how long it'll go for. I've never pushed it that far. But what we want to do is take out that lever and reposition it, and then push it down. Oops, pull it down so that it goes to the turning position, which was 8 and 9, as I'm referring to them. And now we'll turn and smash through the wall. Oh no! We went too early. Nah, just kidding.
That was close.
Too close.
So yeah, I think this would be a very reasonable place to stop, but I'm going to keep going because this next section is pretty brief, and I think I want the ending to just be its own video. So we will do this quickly. You just wander through, come out the other end. We have a little maze.
This could be dangerous.
I'll take my chances.
So there's no danger in this maze. It's a little bit annoying having to repeat it. And I'll probably repeat it at least once here. But hopefully I can remember. So you go to the right side and then I think left. Well, we'll see what happens.
Hey.
Go through here. Oh, that brought me back to the beginning. So I was wrong. Let's try round 2. All right, let's go through this one this time. I like that Sophia was just like, you're so dumb, I'm not even moving. The other problem is that I absolutely forget which one I've been through on any given run. Now, I think this one. And then again, I think the left. All right, and through here, I think will pop us out right here. Oh, I was wrong. Let's go with you. Good, okay. Now, I'm gonna take just a second here. So probably you think that you wanna go through here, which you don't. You actually wanna go up this staircase, but before we go anywhere, this is very important. We're gonna need this later. Let me, well, I guess we can't go to our inventory right now. We'll look at it again later, I guess just before the end game, maybe in the next video. But we just want to remember that the triangle point here is off to the left, and then in the next ring, it's up top, and the outer ring, it's at the bottom. I often refer to it as a clock, so we're at 9, 3, 6. Anyway, we want to go up here, and ooh, this is the end, but I forget which one. I think it's a left. And we're trying to get down to here. Good. Now you have a little puzzle here that's, again, not really all that bad. So the way this works is anytime you step on a piece, the one directly in front of it will collapse down. So let's see, I think this will work. No, this will not work. That was very poorly done already. Let's just turn around. But, I mean, anytime you step off, it just resets, so it's not a big problem. The only problem is that it's different each time, so you can't just undo what you've done before, and I've already... Yeah, this is not going to work. As soon as I go here, that'll go down. I can go there. There's a slight chance this will work. All right. Now, what am I thinking? This really is not that difficult. But sometimes you just start moving and aren't paying much attention. So let's try stepping here. And if I go here, that'll go down. That one. Yeah, that won't work either. All right, 4th time's the charm. Probably. Okay, and that one will be safe. Good, okay. And then Sophia shows us up by having absolutely no difficulty.
Are you coming?
Hold your horses.
That was unnecessary. Could have just gone on straightforward, but if you want to do a little
Nice
extra
move.
loop, that's fine.
Thanks.
Alright, now this is where we will end this video. And when we come back, we will step into the location of the end game. Just, again, have to remember the location of those 3 symbols on the wall, which was, what was it, 9, 3, 6. But we're going to end things here, and when we come back, we will do the end game. So, till then, see ya.